Yeah, boss. Appreciate you guys for rocking out. I rock with you if you rock with me. Remember, subscribe is the vibe, man. Your boy's on the road to 4K. Humbly. Yo, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, I didn't even react to the game because I watched the game. So I was kind of sitting there contemplating, like, do I even want to put out a video? But you know what I mean? I'm not one of those fake YouTubers that's going to watch a game and still react to the shit. I was just like, yo, it's the Super Bowl, the whole world watching. And it's going to be too hard for me to put my phone on airplane mode and just ignore the fact that the Super Bowl's happening. Nah, like, this is a rivalry team. One of my best friends' team is the Eagles. You know what I mean? He's been talking shit. He's been making all these guarantees. The Eagles is bullying him. And the Eagles have been bullying everybody. And the first thing I told him was, Mahomes is the realest quarterback you faced all year. You faced Danny Dimes, you faced Josh Johnson and Brock Purdy for one pass. Listen, you've had essentially the easiest path to the Super Bowl that I've ever seen, on top of a sweet schedule. But nonetheless, the Eagles did deserve it. I'm not going to take it away. I'm not going to act like the Eagles weren't the best team all year. But Kansas City hung 38 on you. Kansas City hung 38. And if you want to say, well, Jalen Hurts fumbled and gave them 7, this, that, and the third, cool. Kansas City hung 31. Giants scored 7, 49ers scored 7. Mahomes came up in there and put up 31 on you, bro. You know, overall take, it was a good Super Bowl, not an all-time great. I feel like the flag at the end kind of ruined the game, but Eagles lost when Mahomes scrambled up the middle for 25 yards. When Eagles was playing man and they clamped up on everybody and Mahomes is just able to run straight forward with a bum ankle, bro, it was a tale of two halves, bro. And I told my boy, when the Eagles won the coin toss, no, I think the Chiefs won the coin toss. When the Chiefs won the coin toss and elected to receive it in the second half, I'm like, that's dagger. The Chiefs are going to come out like the Warriors. You ever seen the Warriors in the third quarter? The Warriors could be down by 25 and at the end of the third quarter, they up 15. That's the kind of run that the Warriors are capable of. I saw Andy Reid get the ball at the second half. I'm like, yo, the Chiefs, you better be up by 10. No, I ain't gonna front. I didn't tell him he should have been up by 10. I told him he should have been up double digits. But the Eagles were up 10 and still lost the Super Bowl, bro. So it was a lot to unpack, bro. I ain't gonna front. I was getting my mind right. My eyes was, super low. So there was a couple of plays that I missed. You know what I mean? It was more like a celebration. I wasn't really watching the game, so I might still react to the Super Bowl. I don't know. I don't know. Depends on how I feel. But let's check out what Chris Berman and them boys got to say about the Super Bowl, man. But cry, Eagles, cry. You heard me?
They're really 13-1 until Hurts got hurt, and then they rolled in the playoffs, and until now they had the lead over the Kansas City Chiefs. Where they were last year, and that team that showed up at Tampa and looked awful, to the team that we saw all year this year, Jalen Hurts and others, look, that is quite a meteoric rise in my book, Steve.
Yeah, this is an offense that's built for 2023, 24, 25.
Yeah, you want to play
the kind of people that you want. This is the kind of talent. So they're built to last. This is not a one and done. I mean, look, it's hard to come back.
Yes.
But what the Eagles are now and into the future are they are set up well to be knocking on this. Set up base camp, as Bill Walsh used to said, for the playoffs. But this one hurts because they did everything they wanted to do except one thing. And that was run the football. That's what we knew that they. Jalen Hurts ran the football very effectively, and he was Superman. Yeah. Look, when they were up 24-14 at halftime, they had to say to themselves, this is going exactly as we planned.
Right.
Except we now need to go to the second half and end this game by draining the clock.
I thought the Eagles ran the ball well. I mean, Jalen Hurts 3 rushing touchdowns and a passing one. I thought they ran the ball well. I mean, maybe he's talking about the fourth quarter. Like, I really got to watch that game again. But it felt like time of possession, the Eagles doubled up the Chiefs. The Eagles had the ball twice as long as the Chiefs did. So, very interesting.
Just couldn't do it, and the Chiefs went down and ran the ball more effectively than the Eagles did. And I think that's, in the end, it feels like if they could have just drained some of that clock with some great running the way that they wanted to, because Jalen was Superman. The defense was, it's Patrick Mahomes. You can't complain. Yeah. But they did what they wanted to do except for that one thing.
The style of football that they play, which is running the football, being a physical run team, and then hitting the big plays over the top, it doesn't leave a lot of margin for error against good teams. And when you turn the football over, I thought Jalen Hurts played a flawless game, except for the one turn. Changes after they go 3 and out. The momentum changes again. So it doesn't leave them a lot of room for error. And who would have thought that the most physical football team all season long, couldn't run the football against the Chiefs. And in the end, when they were down, yes, they came back. But when they tried to get some of those crucial first downs, they couldn't get them. When they got in 3rd and long, it was a couple of key conversions that they could not get. Yes, Hurts was outstanding, but I think as they move forward, yes, the offense is built for 2023 and beyond. They want to become a little bit more explosive in the intermediate pass.
And, yo, I'll keep it a bean. The Kansas City defense, they don't have a championship defense, bro. They really don't. Like, I feel like they're the worst defense in the playoffs, bro. I think the Giants' defense is better than them. 49ers' defense was better than them. The Bengals' defense is better. The Bills. I would put them around where I would rank maybe Jacksonville. Like, they're really not a great defense. They have Chris Jones and Frank Clark and all them boys. And the one thing I know about them, right? You'll go up and down on the Chiefs' defense, right? Because Mahomes is always in a shootout because the defense don't stop nobody. But it comes to it's like what's that? I forgot what's the name of that law again? When things are just bound to happen based off of statistics or odds and possibilities. They're the type of defense they'll allow a touchdown the entire game, but then there'll be one possession where they force 3 and out. So this is like one possession where they'll stop the run and they'll stop the pass. And that's just what Mahomes needs. He just needs one stop. And it always tends to happen in the 4th quarter where it's just like, damn, like you didn't do nothing on Chiefs defense in the 4th quarter type shit. And then Mahomes is able to lead them to a comeback. Their defense is sorry, bro. Their defense is so sorry. Like, the fact that they're champs, I don't want to be a hater and whatnot, but that defense is not a championship caliber defense. They just went off the back that they have Mahomes. I'm just keeping it a bean.
They need to, because you're right. If things go well, it's still tight against the best teams.
It is, exactly.
And you can't actually race away from them. And I got to be honest with you, it felt like if you just were dispassionate about it, watched the football game, didn't know anything about either team, and say, which team was more physical? Yeah. I don't know that you would say the Chiefs, which is a little bit of a shock.
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The Chiefs scored on defense. They, for a moment, thought Bolton had 2 of them.
Defensive
to your point, Hurts ran for 70. All the others combined under 50 yards.
Yeah.
Where the Chiefs ran for 158. I mean, that's it. That you wouldn't have necessarily.
That fumble was the worst case scenario, bro. That's one of those things where it's just like, yo, what are the odds that the Chiefs get a defensive touchdown versus the Eagles? I would have been like 0 to none. And Jalen Hurts played a masterful game. I mean, you look at the numbers, bro. 27 for 38, 304 yards touchdown, 70 yards rushing, and 3 TDs? And 3 TDs? Yo, this man's a $200 million man. Number one, this is some Lamar Jackson-ish, but it is what it is. But the worst thing that could happen happened. And you spot Mahomes 7 points. And the moment I saw it, I said, damn, Eagles are going to have to at least be up 14 points to cancel out that touchdown that they gave to the Chiefs. Like, you got to overcome that. You got to find a way to get a turnover yourself to overcome that. And they just could not. Mahomes went into the second half, and he put out a clinic. He walked off the field looking like a baby deer, bro. And you didn't even know what he was going to do. But he went back then, they gave him them little injections. You know what I'm saying? The ankle was right, and it was right enough for him to continue playing football, bro. This dude came out on a GOAT mission. GOAT mission. The Chiefs scored on every possession in the second half. You shitting me in the Super Bowl? With a loaded defense like that? Come on, bro.
Surely had it, but when they came out running down by 10, Kansas City, and it started the third quarter, it was like, this is what we planned to do originally. We've got time. It's not, we're down 10. There's 30 minutes to go. No, we have time.
Well, does it mean a little bit that they've been swimming in the deep end for a while, the Chiefs?
Yes.
Championship games, multiple, Super Bowls, multiple. And the Eagles just haven't. It's been a meteoric rise from this season. So. They have some guys back from the Super Bowl, a couple guys around. But it just felt like this game, it was that calmness, being down 24-14. They never panicked. And it was just like the maturity of the team and the way the scar tissue of what they've faced over the last 3 or 4 years seemed to show.
When you've been in the deep end for a long time, the depth of the water doesn't bother you.
Yeah.
I'm down 10, doesn't bother me. Okay? You guys are moving the football, doesn't bother me.
You
take the opening drive down, score a touchdown, doesn't bother me. I'm used to being in that deep water. And when what did we talk about? The Eagles hadn't been down this entire postseason.
Correct.
How would they react? How would they respond? They responded well.
Beautifully.
But it just felt like a little uneasy. We all said if the game is close at the end, who you taking? We're taking Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Well, there are 2 Super Bowls. They were down by 10. Both they're down by 10 with 7 minutes to go against the 49ers. People forget that because it's 31-20.
Yeah.
They're down by 10 here, to start the second half. And Mahomes, is he going to come out okay? I do want to say one thing with the Chiefs, and I do talk with the coach a little bit during the year. even like in December, which is starting to get late, right? In football, you turn the calendar and
It's pretty late.
And they got beat by the Bengals, and then kudos to the Bengals in the regular season. You know, he dressed 5 out of his 10 defensive backs are rookies, for example. And Coach Reed would say, you know, of course we want to win. But I'm glad our youngsters had a chance to see this sort of situation. I'm saying this is mid-December. This is a little late to be saying that, but he kind of knew all along because those youngsters did a great job on the Cincy wide receivers 2 weeks ago, and actually was a couple of long throws here. Goddard actually was outstanding, as we said, but those youngsters, they all of a sudden, rookies, were in the fire and didn't flinch either when they needed them most. That's what I saw.
And because those youngsters played and are built that way, think about how the Chiefs are built. They've paid Mahomes. A lot of youngsters played. They're in better position going forward than the Eagles are because the Eagles are going to lose a lot of people. Why? Because they got to pay the quarterback.
Yeah.
So they're inherently going to lose a lot of people. And who would have thought playing all those youngsters
This would have been
would
a
not only
perfect
be a
chance.
benefit this season, it's going to be a benefit.
Yeah, this would have been a perfect chance for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl because that roster's loaded. I mean, Jalen Hurts is getting paid in coupons. You know what I'm saying? So next year when you're going to have to give this dude a $200 million contract, which is much deserved, you're going to lose half your depth. You're going to lose some cornerbacks. You're going to lose some linebackers, some safeties to compensate for that. So that's crazy. Mahomes is already getting paid, and they got a bunch of rookies, and they won the Super Bowl, bro?
Benefit going forward, and they are in better position to return and keep this going than the Eagles are because the Eagles have to pay Hurts. They got to figure out – they got a ton of free agents. They got to figure out how they want to play football moving forward around Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, because the Chiefs have already they've paid
Exactly, yes, exactly.
17% of the salary cap.
He's already
got it.
Yes.
So
Okay, his 2 hits you. He has Coach, he has Travis, and Pat. You know what it's like. 2
Travis,
versus 1.
you could see Travis Kelce. It was it changes the conversation every day of your life. People are talking about, hey, Super Bowls, or how great are you? What are you going to be? And when you do have one, they always going to, what if? What does it really mean? 2, the conversation stops. And now it becomes just about legacy. It becomes about, you're chasing Tom Brady or anything. It's like something else. But there's a peace about it. There's a finality to like the discussion. It's like you're in an elite space. You're in elite space just with one. I get that. But 2 hits different. You could hit from Travis Kelce. You could feel when I asked him. He's like, oh yeah, it hits different, and there's no question about it.
Boom. When you have one, that floor is crowded. It's a lot of people there. When you take the stair to the second floor, it's not as many people. As you continue to go up, it becomes less crowded. It puts you in rarefied air. It means something. It's special. It puts you in a different category.
And with Patrick Mahomes, just historically, look, just take a look at this. Super Bowl wins, 2. MVPs, 2. He did it in 6 seasons. He's 27 years young. We're going to pop this up. No, we're not Tom Brady. It took 11 seasons to do it. Joe Montana, remember him? 12 seasons. Peyton, 18 seasons.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube.
Listen, man, this was Mahomes' best playoff performance. One of. I mean, damn, like it's been a short playoff career, and this kid is already a 2-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time Super Bowl MVP. He put on a clinic. Bro. And I'm looking at the stats right here, bro. This dude only threw it to basically Travis Kelce and Juju. He got rid of Tyreek Hill and won the Super Bowl with Juju Smith. Like he's. Listen, man, I gotta give him what this dude. What else can you say about the kid, bro? What else can you say about the kid? No sacks, no turnovers. Eagles coming in with the best defense in the league. You know what I mean? Like top 5 in turnovers, number 1 in sacks. They had 4 defenders with at least 10 sacks. Mahomes is virtually untouched in the pocket. They did nothing. Bro. This dude threw to Travis Kelce 6 for 81, Juju 7 for 53, and then Justin Watson with 2 catches. Like Mahomes it looked like he could win with anybody, bro. And the fact that he went against that defense and put up those numbers, what a time to be alive, man. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions, and we're going to be reacting to their highlights and post-game interviews, man. This Eagles cry. I'm going to check you guys out in the next video, bro. Mamba out.